Hi, my name's Simon and this is my channel. Um, it used to solely be about gaming, but now, because of things that have happened in the past 6, 7 months, um, I am pivoting to something that I need to do for me. Now, if no one watches this, great, it's fine. But I'm looking to get a few of these video diaries um, online purely because I need to get the thoughts that are in my brain out. I need to be able to concentrate on not so much getting better, but being able to move past some of my issues. Um, During this video, I'll discuss some of the issues that have been plaguing me, but most of the time it will be sort of a vlog, if you will, or a diary entry. So if you want to watch this, great. If you don't, that's fine, I understand. So my story is I've basically been suffering with depression and anxiety since I was 9 or 10. Obviously it wasn't diagnosed until much later, but that was when I first remember the symptoms starting. I've been keeping going as much as I can and struggling through life, even though I have constant thoughts of not being good enough, being a complete waste of space, being a massive burden to everyone around me. Now, I know these aren't original thoughts. Like, my rational brain will actually pick this up and will work out that it's stupid. But unfortunately, the way my brain works is it will keep playing over and over and over and over again. I'm hoping that one day I'll be able to stop this rumination and working out my thoughts and being able to actually just be a person that people like to be around. At the minute, I'm extremely hard work to be around because I'm constantly either in a state of panic or a state where I'm worrying that I'm not good enough for anything. So this time my depression started for a role at work, which I didn't get, and my rational brain knows that I didn't get it for a good reason, but that was what kicked everything off. That was the final straw in the back. I've been working myself so hard every day that I'm making mistakes both in my personal life and my work. And I'm not an easy person to be around anyway. Unfortunately, my viewpoint on my life at the minute is very sort of black and white. There's right and wrong. And I know there's shades of grey, but my rational brain can't take that over. And it isn't able to push that to the forefront rather than the bad things that it's pushing to the forefront. So that pretty much brings us up to today. My consistent fear since this whole thing has started is that I will never be good enough for anything. And to be honest, at the minute, that is true. Because I'm dealing with a war inside my brain just kicking me constantly and putting me down and making me feel like trash all the time. And I know that's an Americanism, and I'm not American, so it's just a habit. But I have been working things out with a counsellor, and I've been to 6 sessions of CBT in order to get the coping mechanisms. Now, I have the coping mechanisms, but at the minute it's not being applied to my daily life because there are so many things from my past. I will go into them in more depth at some point, but at the minute, all I will say is that I have looked like this since I was about 9. Obviously, I had a bit more hair on my head, but I constantly got bullied throughout school, and even to this day, walking through the street, there's not a day that goes by where I don't get someone screaming at me and just being incredibly nasty towards me. I have had severe low times, and I have had a few high times in the last 20 odd years, and this isn't a consistent thing, but the depression this time has lasted since around March, where I struggle to do anything. With me, I hide myself away and make myself a lesser person. I minimise myself, which I know I do. I make myself smaller, both figuratively and literally. For instance, if anyone starts hassling me at work, starts hassling me outside of work when coming home, which is about the only time that I'd leave the house at the minute, I will make myself smaller so they will go away. I mean, it's not that easy. I'm not exactly tall, but I'm a big guy in places, and making yourself small consistently is going to be a very difficult thing to do all the time. I realise this isn't a healthy coping mechanism, but it's something I have to do in order to get by. At the minute, I am sat at home because the idea of me leaving the house at the minute is a big no-no. I will leave the house when I need to, when I have something to do. So, for instance, if I need to go to the shop, if I need to be able to head out and get something for a specific reason, then I can manage it. Usually I take my anxiety meds with me, just in case, and recently I've been able to get out of the house for a couple of hours at a time, just to actually leave the house. I have been beating myself up consistently. Now, no one else seems to think, and no one else can see what I'm thinking in my brain. At the minute, the self-confidence and self-esteem are non-existent. I've been trying to get them back, and it worked a little bit, and then I got a little bit of self-confidence back, and then it was dashed away by another reason. I'm struggling to keep going every day, and it's hard. It's painful, and the pain that has come from this depression and the anxiety is horrible. I wouldn't wish this on anyone else. ever, because the second guessing, the always thinking you're a piece of rubbish, and just not being a useful, productive person. Even though I have been told that I am a productive person and I keep pushing myself to do things that hopefully will maybe get me through this. I've been constantly trying to cook better, drink more water. I used to drink like 2 or 3 energy drinks a day, and they did nothing to me, but apart from the sleepless nights which came from them. So I have cut them down to next to none. I have like one, maybe on weekend, and also I have upped my medication. Well, I've changed medication because the old medication wasn't particularly working well. I tried to keep it going and see how long I could last on the old medication without transferring, and it just wasn't working for what it is. The new medication I've been taking, put onto even, is mirtazapine. Initially, on the lower dosage, it brought back my insomnia really, really badly, and on the higher dosage, it's knocking me out to the point where I can't wake up in the morning, even though I've got 11 alarms set just to make sure that I get up in time for work, for going out of the house, doing something. The problem with me that I've noticed recently is that people can pay me a compliment and people can say that I'm doing so well. I will instantly disregard that and put it down because I can't see it. I'm just a mess in general. I spend most of my time in this room. If I'm not in this room, I'm in the bathroom or I'm in the kitchen cooking some food. But this is pretty much my life at the minute until I get to the point where I can function properly rather than the lack of functioning that I have at the minute. I'm going to keep doing these with the air that they will help me get my feelings out and go from there. Plus, it's something that I find easier. My words are often misconstrued whenever I put them in text. I would rather speak my truth here and get it off my chest here and now. This one's just going to be a short video, just as a sort of intro to me. My channel used to be a gaming channel, but now it's kind of a mixture between my daily diaries and my gaming as well. As you can see, I'm a bit of a nerd with my pop vinyls and my Buffy collection and various other things. So that will come in to the conversation at some point, because there are positive things that have helped me through. The biggest one I will talk about in the next video, purely because it's helped me so many times in the past, and it's helped me continue to evolve and grow into a person I want to be, not mess that I am now. So I think this will be it for this video, but I will hopefully see you, if anyone watches this, again in the future. And thank you. I really appreciate every watch that comes from this.